What questions can I answer for you?
When you look at Purdue's defense, they've had kind of like your defense, good parts, bad parts. But what impresses you, and in particular, Landon Fichter, the safety, who's come on the last couple of games?
There's no doubt about it. I think that one, their defense is very active. I think they fly around the field. They've shown on film that they're committed to stopping the run. They've shown a bunch of playing, if you will, matched heads out there on the receivers, or just one-on-one on the receivers out to the field, and then loading up the box to stop the run. And with what we've done with Tevin Coleman, we fully expect a lot of that on Saturday. But they play very hard. They play aggressive. So it's going to be for us a tremendous challenge to finish up the year.
With the opportunity that Tevin has, and maybe the lack of publicity, do you try to run, and I know you want to win, but at the same time, do you try to emphasize him even more than maybe you would?
I don't think anything more than what we've done in the past. Tevin's had a phenomenal year. He's a phenomenal player. And so whatever we can do to get the ball in his hands, we're going to try to do. And like you said, whatever it takes to win the game, we're going to do.
A couple things I want to ask. How has, I guess, Shane been able to straddle that line between, kind of a jokester, and guys who put him as a character, but he's also been such a leader for this team, and Coach Wilson said he's almost become like an extension of the coaching staff in that he does the things that you like to build up in Indiana football. That seems like that would be a difficult line to straddle, and he's kind of done so, it seems like.
It is, but for Shane, that's just him being himself. That's just his personality. So we all know that that Shane's going to be laid back. He's going to bring some levity to the room. But at the same time, no one wants to win more than he does. And so when it's time to go play or when it's time to go practice, there's no one that works harder. And I've said that for a long time, that I think he does a phenomenal job of bringing not only focus in the meeting room, but work ethic to the practice field as well. And, when you step on the field on Saturdays, if you watch, when our defense comes off the field, there's one person who greets them every time, and that's Shane Wynn, telling them, good job, keep your heads up, let's keep fighting. So I think for Shane, he wants to win so badly, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. But at the same time, his personality is going to allow him to be laid back and bring some levity to the room, which any team needs as you go throughout the season.
Also asked about, and I don't even know how to measure this or how to compare it to anything. I mean, Tevin breaks so many long runs. I mean, we see long runs in football sort of intermittently, and he, I think, has had, in 9 of your 11 games, he's had a run of like 40 or 50 yards or more. I mean, there's almost a consistency to long runs.
Yep.
Is it scheme? Is it him? Is it, I guess, what is it? It's just very unusual to see so many long runs from a player, really over the course of 2 seasons.
It's unusual, but Tevin Coleman's a very unusual player, I think, too. I think he's a very special talent. And, you could say, is it scheme or is it coaching? I don't think so. I think that's, coaches refer a lot. They say, players make plays. And for us, that kid's made a ton of plays. So once again, going back to a question earlier, if we can put the ball in his hands a bunch of times Saturday, at a certain point, something really good is going to happen. So we got to continue to find ways to do that. But again, to me, Tevin Coleman, I think, is one of the best backs in the entire country. He's proven that week in and week out this year. And so hopefully we can go out one more time Saturday and finish up strong, not only with Tevin Coleman's performance, but with our offensive and team performance as well.
When did you realize that he was one of the best backs in the country? I mean, is that something that has evolved? Or, last year he obviously did great things.
Yep.
And got hurt at the end.
Yep.
Was there a time or a game or anything when you really thought that?
I don't know if there's one moment, because as coaches, we see Tevin every single day. And so for us, we watched him in the winter when he had his bad ankle, when he was rehabbing his ankle, but we watched him in the weight room. We watched him in winter workouts. We watched that kid grow and mature into not only a great team leader in the way that he works, but also just in his performance and his numbers. And you step back and you say, wow, this guy's really doing some great things when you look at his numbers compared to some other guys that we've had come through our program. And then you step on the field in August in preseason practices, and he was just playing at a different speed, I think, than guys we had seen, and really, quite honestly, anyone else that we had on our team. So those factors to us as coaches, we see those things every day. So we're very pleased with the season that he's had. We're very proud. I think it started that first game against Indiana State. For us, I'm not sure there was one moment other than just a culmination of a lot of things really since the end of last season when he hurt his ankle, getting himself ready for this year.
Ken, the same thing, but what would it mean to you personally as a coach and as a staff to win two back-to-back buckets for the first time in 20 years?
Yeah, it'd mean a lot. More so than anything else, what means a lot to me is I need to send Shane Wynn out of here a winner. All those seniors. Shane's special to me because he's in my room. Nick Stoner, Isaiah Roundtree. Those guys, they're getting ready to walk out that stadium for the last time, and I'm going to fight for those guys. I think it's great to win the bucket 2 years in a row, but, man, more than anything else, for Shane Wynn to be able to go out throughout his life and tell people he won 2 in a row and he won his last game. That, to me, is more important than anything for me as a coach or anything as a staff. I think we want these seniors to go out the right way.
You mentioned Stoner. Do you think there's a chance he could play on Saturday?
I think there's a chance. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.